Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up this evening, we're going to be taking a look at the ETF2L Season 26 match between 3 out of 6 and top5rocket. This is Premiership Week 4. As for casters this evening, my name is Frysk and I'm joined by Peter, and we do have Gemm on production this evening. Peter, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you very much. This should be a pretty telling game, I think, as to the direction of both of these teams in the games to come. 3 out of 6 have been struggling a whole lot, and top5rocket have been doing really well. So if both of these teams can keep it up, then I think that gives us a really good idea of what we're to expect from them in the coming games. Whereas if top5rocket stumbles, then maybe the shakeups that we're going to see in the 3-6 roster might have some positive effects on them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if last week is any indication, like 3 out of 6 getting losing both maps last week to Champ GG, and I know top5rocket had a really good performance against Arctic Foxes on Reckoner last week. They won that map 5-1. But the maps this week will be Reckoner and Product Beater. As I think we should maybe go through the lineups for both these teams. 3 out of 6 has actually made a couple changes for this match, and I think they may have used a slightly different lineup last week. But as far as I'm aware, for 3 out of 6 this game, we're going to see Daegu on Medic, Deox playing Demo, Pred and Domo on Soldier, Warped and Crayon on Scout. So we'll have to see how that works out for them.
Definitely a bit of a shake-up here. You know, they might be really tilted, they might just be trying to have fun. Depends on how you look at it. But on the other side, we have the top5rocket roster, which is very stable. They have Ombrack on Medic, and they have Namtek on Demoman. On Pocket, they have Medico, Korback on Soldier, Roamer. And then on Scout, we have Neo and Blade. And I'm not entirely sure who plays like the Pocket Scout and who plays the Roaming Scout. On that, do you know?
I think Neo is Pocket Scout and Blade is the Aggro Scout, but I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that last week Neo was just playing so well. He did so much work for his team last week. But I think on the stream right now we should be able to see some stats here for top5rocket. Beater, I don't know if there's any stats jumping out to you right now.
Well, Neo's name is definitely interesting in this one. I don't know what happened there. That looks very interesting, but you're very much right. Like the 20 kills and 10 assists, that's a very, very good stat line for a scout. You know, the 2 KD, that's very solid. And then even does a fair bit of damage too. Usually when it comes to top5rocket, I usually always look at the soldiers. I think they always do so much work. It looks like Korback has had a pretty mediocre season so far, but the team is obviously doing well, so not going to point any fingers here. But
Yeah.
Medico, as always, just a beast.
Yeah, I mean, Medico has always been a really consistent soldier. I know Korback on Sunday playing against Arctic Foxes, he played pretty well. We'll have to see if the soldiers will be able to continue that level of performance in this match. I know last week Ombrack came in for a little impromptu interview, and they seemed to really understand how Arctic Foxes played. They seemed to really get their playstyle down, and they were able to really just so effectively win on Reckoner. It was a really good play from top5rocket. So I mean, we'll have to see if they'll be able to continue that kind of performance. But I mean, Product is the second map this week, and I think I know the last season 25, this same matchup actually happened 3 out of 6 versus top5rocket on the same 2 maps, and 3 out of 6 actually beat top5rocket on Product Beater. So
Yeah.
we might see an upset actually.
Yeah, as far as I remember, there was a whole lot of off-classing going on, a bunch of spy plays happening that really paid off with 3-6. And, you know, if they're mixing it up now and presumably doing some weird off-classing and changing up their class composition and probably running a bunch of weird unlocks, I think Viaduct is a pretty good map to do that on, because you can really throw people off, and then if you do surprise them in one of these fights, then it kind of ripples through the entire chain of event, and you just get these really nice team fights going on just because you did something weird, because everything's so cramped in those big mid fights. And Soldier is not nearly as good on Viaduct as on all other maps, and usually that's top5rocket's strength, and you can't use it in the same way a lot of the time, at least.
Yeah, I mean, Product I suppose the scout duo of top 5rocket is a duo to be feared. I suppose. I mean, it's Warped and Crayon on scout for 3 out of 6 this match, and Crayon, of course, was playing medic for 3 out of 6 at the start of the scene. But clearly quite a change. Going from medic to scout. I mean, I haven't seen Crayon on scout, so it'll be interesting to see how Warped and Crayon will be able to take on Neo and Blade. I mean, especially on product.
Yeah, I know Crayon played Demo Man for Team Ireland, right? So you'd think that would be the natural uh, switch for him, but
Mm.
apparently not. But also, I kind of wonder. Like, I think Deox was a big part of the last time they did really well on Viaduct because he's a very good sniper, and he also went spy a whole lot. And now he's on Demo Man, and unless you're my team, then you don't off-class your Demo Man. Uh, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out because on Viaduct, a big question is who is who is your sniper, right?
Mm.
So who's your really dominant sniper that can really just take over the game? And as far as the top 5rocket, I'm not really sure. Is Blade a good sniper? I'm not too sure. Neo is decent, but I don't think he's going to go down as one of the best snipers ever or anything. So he's kind of more of a force to be reckoned with on Scout.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean, yeah, like Neo. I suppose if we do see any sniper, I'd say Neo would be the obvious choice. But I mean, he's such a strong scout that on product, you kind of have to weigh up your options. Should you swap out that scout for that sniper? And maybe they might have to make that sacrifice if 3-6 are maybe upsetting this match a little bit. But I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe what 3 out of 6 will be able to bring out if they want to bring out some gimmick speeder. And it'll be interesting to see. Maybe they might run spy sniper, but it remains to be seen who their playmaker might end up being this match.
maybe it's Crayon. Maybe Crayon is just this TF2 genius mastermind, which is gonna do all these weird things. It's gonna go like P sniper, unless it's banned. I don't even remember. And then just because that was a thing before on Viaduct,
Yes.
and we've seen spies before. A lot of medics really know how to play spy because they know what makes a medic tick and when they will be looking at different places. So maybe it's going to be Crayon that's just going to go crazy, and that's why he's on Scout, even though it's not entirely obvious why he would be doing that.
Mm.
But that's just a theory that I have, so that could be entirely wrong.
Yeah, so for 3 out of 6, I mean, coming up on Reckoner, it's especially considering the performance from last week from top 5rocket, it's got to be a little bit intimidating maybe, just to see how well top 5rocket have been performing recently. I mean, Peter, for you, if maybe you could give any words of advice to 3 out of 6, I mean, what should their plan be on Reckoner maybe to deal with this really strong soldier combo of Medico and Korvac and the supporting scouts?
I think it's a lot about trying to be passive at the right times and just really absorbing the the soldier aggression, because usually what top 5rocket does is that they send in both their soldiers and then the rest of the team walks forward, and then they use that aggression to just buy so much space, and the demo will just do like disgusting amounts of damage because he's not being fired on. So it's a lot about trying to uh, counteract that and just absorb it as well as you can. So I think that's definitely a big part of it, and just also be crafty and try to slow down the game, frustrate your opponents. These are very good maps to do that on. You can do last holds forever. You can just kite Ubers for the longest time. So definitely try and be creative and do some weird stuff, because I really do believe that the top 5rocket have the better DM overall, and if you just let them fight it straight up, they should win this. And oftentimes, when you're the worst team, you don't want to slow it down. But I feel like on this map, you can definitely get away with it because you can go spy and go in and do something super uh, risky, and then you can just kite Ubers and have them make a bad push, and it kind of doesn't matter that you lost a guy. So yeah, that would be my take on it at least. They could just be trying to be super fast and super risky all the time, and that is another way to play it.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the key to this map, Reckoner 3-6.
Bad pushing.
Maybe hope it all to get some points on this map. It could come down to the mid fights. I know last week top 5rocket had some excellent mid fights from their soldiers, and I mean, time and time again we say this, and the soldiers are just so strong. So I mean, the key to that game might just be for 3-6 to maybe figure out the mids and see if they can maybe win a round or two off the back of some maybe just good mid fights, maybe wipe the team and just take some rounds. But I mean, product I'm looking forward to product really. I mean that's what I really want to see 3 out of 6. As you said, bring out some weird plays. Try and see if they can do anything to maybe get inside the head of the players on top 5rocket. But I mean, it's up in the air really with such a strong lineup from top 5rocket.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate that they seem to be playing Reckoner first. I think it would really favor 3-6 to actually play Viaduct first, because that's a really good map to actually tilt people on by just doing so much weird stuff and winning these unlikely fights and just like off-classing forever. And like playing against a sniper on Viaduct can be really frustrating. I think everyone has experienced this at some point during their competitive career. Like it's just one of those classes where you just feel like you can't do anything, and it just leaves you in this rut where like what do you even do when you just kind of scratch your head and you don't really understand. So I think that's a little bit unfortunate. So they're gonna have to start out here on Reckoner, which is a very slow map, slow and deliberate. And there is a chance that is just something that the top 5rocket is really good at. And we saw last week that they were really strong on Reckoner at any rate. So they're going to have to pull out some weird stuff here and some real rapids out of the hat and just have a really good game to boot on top of that to actually stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean, even if it ends up, not going so well for 3-6, I mean, already with the roster changes, it's a bit of a, we're not really sure what could happen. So we already have that factor to consider, but the off classes potentially could play a big part. I mean, as we said, of course, this lineup change it's hard to really say. I know Fred, I think, still playing Roamer. I don't think he's changed up his class. I think he might actually be the only, or him, Pred and Warped, I think, are the only players who are remaining on their classes. So, I mean, maybe Pred might be able to do some off classing. I'm not sure. I think he played a little bit of Sniper in some of his other officials. But I mean, how is Reckoner maybe beater for running a sniper? How are the sightlines on this map?
They're usually not that good, I'd say. Like there's a few ones on like second and mid where there's some really long sightlines, and from Toxic, you can kind of see everything. And if you have a sniper standing in the door on second, that kind of goes into the trap room or whatever that's called, the boiler room. Like that sniper that stands right there can see almost everything, and you can also snipe from inside the forward spawn on second. So there's a couple of really good sniper lines there, but if you want to get a good snipe from when like you're holding mid and you want to push into second, that's actually really difficult to do. It's pretty much only Toxic, and maybe you can kind of ward off aggression. You can't really snipe aggressively on this map, and sniping into last is really difficult as well, especially if they're doing a forward hold. It's entirely pointless, basically, to have a sniper. So I haven't seen a whole lot of forward hold so far, but we haven't seen a whole lot of Reckoner 2 this season. But if you do a forward hold, a sniper is just completely useless. So sniper tends to not be that impactful on this map. You can still do some sniper stuff on last when holding, and you can also just do some sniping when attacking last, but it's very difficult to actually make work. So it'll be glimpses, and it's almost always a defensive sniper that does anything here, not aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of last, I mean, Reckoner is a decent map to run heavy and engineer. I mean, you could say that maybe about any last point, but at least last 2 games I've casted, it seems to be working pretty effectively for teams. And I mean, of course, you see that Vaccinator that I should say last week worked quite well for Arctic Foxes actually on Reckoner. I mean, Reckoner, you kind of have to, Beater, would you say maybe have to use the Uber a little bit early to get in maybe some entrances, or it's not really that easy to bring the Uber in and kind of milk it until you can use it right on top of them?
Yeah, you really risk the sniper picking you off if you walk in. And there's also a lot of sticky traps, and the worst part is you're almost always like really far away from the enemy team, and they can just retreat into spawn and then instantly contest the point when you go for it, because the point is so far back. And it's I really hate this last point. I think it's incredibly stupid and poorly designed. I hope I'm not the only one, but there's also a bunch of really good engineer spots, and it's basically just a really, really good last point to defend and really difficult to push, and at the same time it's also very difficult to actually push from last into second, because there's basically 2 big doors or a massive low ground that you can choose between, and none of these options are very good. So you tend to see a lot of stalemates on second and last, and that's probably where we're going to spend a good like 60 to 70% of our match here. So yeah. Not looking forward to too much, but maybe someone team has figured it out and they will know how to push this. I'm really looking forward to actually seeing teams actually try to solve this. Because where do you even go from? You can go in from the far right side and really risk getting picked off, or you can take a lot of damage before Ubers get popped and you end up with a really bad pop, or you can go in from top left, which is usually like the best spot to be, but yeah, oh well. We're going live now. Any final predictions here on this map?
I'm gonna give 3-0 to top5rocket. What about yourself?
I'm just gonna go with solid 5s here. I have a lot of confidence here in top5rocket. But
well, if you're just joining us, this is the ETF2L Season 26 Premiership Week 4 match between 3 out of 6 versus top5rocket. As we come to our first mid fight, we see Korback and Blade taking some positioning on this right side on this blue crate. Right now, exchanging some spam at the moment, but Korback is on a rocket jump in. He managed to pick up Crayon actually as the first pick of this map, as we see Namtak and Medico actually getting picked up. And
this is a very even fight so far. It's 4-on-4, and it actually looks like top5rocket is at a pretty poor position right now. Everyone's in a really nicely bunched up spot right here for 3-6, and looks like top5rocket will rotate back, and now they're both just taking their own side, standing on the house and the crates here, just spamming it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're just waiting for somebody to make some sort of play. I mean, of course, the soldier going down for top5rocket, you know, but the Ubers have been exchanged. I mean, the Ubers have come into play here. This mid has been going on for so long, as we see maybe top5rocket might want to get out here, as I mean, I think 3 out of 6 have the better positioning, but Medico is on this flank here. They haven't actually spotted him. He's taking some positioning on this, on the
nice
crate,
rock.
as nice rock came out of Medico. Medico is still in onto Daegu, but takes down so weak and will get cleaned up.
Yeah, right now, we're kind of in the spot where both teams are really fighting it out, and nobody can put any time on the point, because the point is a terrible spot to be in. Neo's on 9 HP though, he gets taken down.
Oh, the Domo. Domo picking up Ombrack and Namtak, that was really good from Domo. He just jumped in and got 2 clean rockets onto the medic, and finally probably just won that mid for his team.
Yeah, and Ombrack went down. That's a really huge pick coming out. 4-3-6, that means that they're going to walk into second with a full Uber advantage, and looks like top5rocket will not even put up a fight here, so a very good start coming out from 3-6. This is exactly what they needed to actually have a chance of winning this match, and they're going to have a really good last push opportunity here. Full Uber advantage, where will they go from?
Yeah, that's always the question here. I mean, they could bring it in the right side, but I don't think they don't have a sniper running. They do have the heavy and engineer at the moment. They're kind of lingering in this lobby area, ready to go. They have that Uber advantage, so they can take their time if they need, but Ombrack is coming up about 60% at the moment, but they're looking like they probably want to bring this in left side. I mean, Deox is peeking right now. A sentry gun and heavy surely will be a hard defense to crack if they do bring the Uber.
There's a backstater though that they're going to run into. So far only explosive classes, that's a bit of an issue here. They're doing 0 damage to any of the players here. Oh, actually they do get Medico and the sentry down, but Neo picks up Domo right after. This is looking very even fight right now, and that will definitely favor the defensive team.
Daegu going down to Blade. I mean, Daegu was just like, he just stood in the sightline of the heavy for so long, and he just got taken down so weak, and he eventually just gets picked up as he's trying to leave. So yeah, not a super strong push there for 3 out of 6, Peter.
Yeah, it's a very good example of just how difficult it is to actually push this. Like, they were putting so little pressure on the medic there. And they did a bit of miscoordination there. I don't know if they didn't realize that there was a vaccinator going on. I suppose they didn't actually spot it in time, and that meant that they only had a demo man and a soldier in the Uber, and they don't do a lot of damage to some explosive bubbles there. Looks like Ombrack is actually aero building there. We have a scout building on last, so he's doing his best to get the Uber very fast. They might even push out on this, but it looks like they've kind of abandoned the aero building here at the very end. But pretty cool that we see some aero building going on already, as Blade is just checking things in spawn.
Yeah, I mean, they maybe could have pushed with this. I mean, they still have about 10% advantage. If they had gone with it, maybe would have been able to pick up Daegu, but the Ubers will be equal at the moment, and 3 out of 6 looking to take another crack at this last push.
Yeah, looks like both teams are just kind of inching forward here. We see Blade on Sniper, so if anyone walks in the doors, they risk getting their head ripped off. But so far, he's just throwing some P at them. Oh, there we go. Domo actually does go down. It's not a huge pick, but they will definitely put a stop to any kind of push, so all 3-6 have just gone outside, and yeah, this map. We'll spend 70% of our time here.
Yeah, as he said, that will be the case. I mean, they were exchanging a lot of spam in lobby, and I think the 3 out of 6 each took a bit too much spam, and then the headshot coming out.
We see Crayon going Sniper, so This is what I predicted would happen
And
for Viaduct.
Blade, he's in a position. Maybe he's on spy right now. He's at second. He's behind Daegu. I don't think 3 out of 6 expect this. He could go for a huge play. I mean, this is the type of thing that maybe we're expecting here to just break these last holes. He could go for the pick on Daegu.
I don't think anyone has expected it. Yep, there we go.
He gets some. That's well played from Blade. That was a really good call to go spy.
He gets out scot-free. He's actually going to get the demo here too. Great play by Blade, showing some superior spy action here. He's a Frenchman. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But push about to come out here.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were, maybe expecting, is some kind of spy play, and it worked so well. Blade just getting that stab. I mean, maybe 3 out of 6 should have expected that kind of thing, but I mean, pushing out last can always be risky, so maybe they figured that they would have just held that lobby area, but yeah, wow, what a turnaround actually for top 5 rocket.
Yeah, looks like we just see the defensive sniper coming out for Crayon right now. Top 5 rocket will be pushing from lower here. This is a really good place to push. You're very close to the enemy team, and it's very difficult to actually spam out. Many will get an air pipe though. But
DX caught out though.
Yeah, DX, he had a nice pipe, but the rest of the team was just out of there. So he got picked off. And Ombrack didn't have to use his Uber at all. We might even see top 5 rocket just pushing right away here. They're kind of wondering, should we push on this or should we just take it slow? But I hope they push on this. They definitely have the advantage to do
Yeah,
so.
I think they could take the second point. I mean, they have the Uber to be able to bully them off here, and I mean, Demo might get caught in here. He's still just juking around. He might actually get out of here, back into lobby, but he's so weak. I don't know how he managed to get out of that, but somehow 3 out of 6 managed to keep all their players alive, and I mean, Daegu will come up on this Uber charge.
Yeah, Ombrack did use the Uber there, so Daegu with the full Uber advantage. I kind of want to see them push here. I think you should definitely use the Uber advantage. It's a very difficult push, I'll give you that. But I definitely think you owe it to yourself to actually take the chance here. Domo will go out at the door and get stickied. It's a very tiny door and it's always stickied, so no big surprise there. And it looks like that's going to be enough to call off the push.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were looking for, to use that advantage, but I mean, that pick up there of Domo surely will hold that as top 5 rocket. Just kind of happy to get their Uber charge up, and then Ombrack just about has Uber right now. They're making their way into lobby. I mean, the respawn has come in actually for Domo, so they might not actually want to go with this now. Blade is in, trying to get some damage onto the soldier, and actually Neo will pick up the kill after Incredible. Corback gets taken down as well, so a bit of a trade there.
That looked like a suicide to me from Blade, and he just happened to survive. But I wouldn't be surprised if Corback just holds the door open and Blade runs back and goes sniper. We'll see actually a bit of an aggressive snipe play there by Crayon. He backs off just in time. So just really prodding on all these small advantages that you can get. You know, basically when both teams are down a player, more doors will not be covered. So that's a good time to peek, and that's what Crayon did. So there's some good game sense display here. But actually, we see a soldier in. He's way in here, but he doesn't find the medic. If the medic just didn't spawn, yeah,
that was a good movement there from Daegu getting into spawn. I mean, I was excited to see Corbat just going in for a huge bomb. That solo roamer bomb is always nice to see, but I mean, Domo as well going to try for that too, but he just gets destroyed by Blade and Medico. I mean, this might prompt the push here from top 5 rocket. They have all their players alive here, but I mean, Medico and Neo falling very weak. They're still trying to get in. I mean, Blade is trying to take down the sentry gun, but Namtak finally coming in here will pick up that sentry gun kill, and I think they're just kind of lingering right now. They're trying to actually milk this Uber.
Putting time on the point. I like this. That's going to force them down there, and they don't go there. Okay.
That's incredible. They didn't even need to use the Uber. They just kind of walked in and said, yeah, this is my point. I'll take that.
Yeah, it was a really good play, right? But it's a good play because it's going to force them out of position. 3-6 would have to go onto the point to block it. But they just decide not to get out of position, and then it gets capped. So that was really odd.
Yeah.
But a good play by top 5 rocket.
Yeah, one of the more stranger last pushes I've ever seen. Not even using the Uber, but here we are at our second mid-fight. Both teams looking to roll out this pretty much the same area. As we see 3 out of 6 taking some positioning here, but I think that's Preda's just jumped in and he's trying to get some damage here. But it gets cleaned up, and I mean, Daegu going down as well to Corback, who's behind them, and he picks up Warp as well. I mean, it's just Deox and Domo's so weak, he's behind to getting chased. Surely will get taken down as Deox, well, gets taken down as well by Neo.
Yeah, full wipe. We see Crayon going spy here, but that was a really strong mid from top 5 rocket. They just absorbed the aggression really well. Both soldiers from 3-6 jumped in, and then they got taken down really fast. And then the rest of them just got cleaned up.
But Crayon on this spy, I like this play. I mean, we'll have to see if if he's in enough time. I mean, they're capping second right now. I mean, top5rocket want to go with this. He might have time to get a pick, but I think he has been spotted.
Yeah, he tried to go for the stair step. Is he actually going to get out alive?
Oh.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good call from Kraylon maybe to go for that. I mean, that's what Blade did last time, but it won't be working out for them. Top5rocket have used the Uber actually. They're Ubering Neo, trying to get that vaccinator down. But no frags happening yet, as this Uber hasn't been super successful here for top5rocket, as Domo actually gets picked up, sentry gun going down from Medico. But Daegu still has that vax he's running. I mean, well, I think that was an air shot there from Medico.
Scouts onto the point again, but this time it's sticky, and they get Neo. And once again, this last point has been debuffed. And Daegu, he has now the opportunity to go back and switch. He will do that indeed. He's going to have a slight Uber disadvantage. You can actually push on this if you're top5rocket, because you realize that he's probably going to go off of it to try and gain an even Uber, and then you can actually push on it. That sometimes works. And I hope top5rocket realizes this, but they're actually running a sniper, so that would suggest to me that they don't realize it.
Yeah, I mean, you did say maybe last isn't the best last to be running sniper on, but I mean, we'll have to see what Neo can do. I know last week Neo did make a play or two on sniper, but I believe that was at mid, but this time, gonna see if he can do anything at this last point. I mean, he's making his way into the lobby, trying to get an angle, but I think Daegu's in a good position. I mean, just holding back on this right side pretty much denies any angle from a sniper. I mean, the sniper would have to peek quite a lot, but at the moment he's just in the lobby trying to pick up something.
Yeah, he saw another sniper and he has been spotted now, so they definitely know about Neo. And right now, Neo's just going to go in from the right side, actually eats a big rocket, and he's going to slink out again. So this is kind of the thing with sniper, right? You can get pretty close, but the walls just kind of block it. And here we go, a soldier suicides in. Looks like a Korback. He tried to go in and then out, but the entrance is stickies. And Deox actually goes down.
I'm not sure where that pipe came from. It just came out of nowhere, just picked up Deox. And that is not good here for 3 out of 6. I mean, top5rocket, of course, do have Korback down, but they might want to go with this. But of course, you have to remember they are running a sniper, so they might just wait around here. I mean, they are round up, they're not in a rush. They might just wait until Neo gets something.
Yeah, we see Crayon being pretty aggressive here as well, and Korback has actually gone spy, so he's going to be the next one. They run both a sniper and a spy, you know, and that's the perfect combination, because it doesn't matter where the medic looks. If he looks in front of him, he gets backstabbed, and if he looks behind him, he gets sniped. That's the theory, right? Works 100% of the time.
They won't see this one coming. 2 pick classes. I mean, we'll have to see, can Korback... Oh,
can Korback actually take the teleport?
I think he got... Oh, that's unlucky. I think Fred just bumped into him there, as we do see Neon picking up Crayon. That's the sniper pick. Yeah, but Neo, that's not good for top5rocket. I mean, that's 2 down now. Maybe 3-6 might want to look to maybe get into lobby here, but I mean, they still have a sentry gun up. They might just be okay with just staying at this last beater.
Yeah, like that's the problem with this map. Like when you have a man advance like this, it's still so difficult to actually push out of last. So you just end up doing nothing. Like, you just kind of walk in to boiler room and get spammed out, and then you walk back, or you try to walk someone out of shutter and get sticky trapped. So it's very, very difficult to actually do anything for either team. So we just end up in this limbo until someone gets a really nice snipe. There's actually 2 soldiers in on the left side. Almost get Crayon here. And even the medic has walked in at this point. There we go. Both Ubers have been forced. Ombrack definitely the lower here right now, but I think they're just daring Domo to overextend, but I don't think he's going to buy it. No, Medico actually jumps in and gets taken down as well, so this is looking like another reset.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. They just managed to kind of bring it in, similar to what they did last time, but I think it was Medico got picked up by the sentry gun. I'm not even sure if they knew where the sentry gun was, as we do see Korback as well going down, so that's no solos for top5rocket. I mean, 3-6 look like they want to go. Domo trying to get out, but he gets picked up by the stickies and Namtak. And again, 3-6 on the back foot.
We see Domo being down right now, so that will cause some room to be open right now for top5rocket. They can actually go in, try to make some plays, and there we go. Actually, Neo picks off Pred. Pred was playing pretty far forward, and top5rocket abused that really well. And it looks like they've sent in both scouts once again, you know, trying to walk onto the point and just magically cap it. But here we go. They've actually pulled a lot of people down onto the point. The Demo Man is about to go down. There we go. He falls, so no stickies on the point, but neither team has used their Ubers, and they're only 4 up, and that will favor the defensive team. And I think top5rocket will actually have to get out here. Medical with a nice rocket onto Domo, but he does get taken down in return. So once again, this map just proving so damn difficult to push on.
Yeah, I mean, they just have these opportunities, and as we saw there, I mean, they went for something a little bit different. They tried to get the scouts onto the point, and they actually managed to get a good bit of time, but the heavy came in, and after that, it was a bit of a kind of a scrappy fight at the entrance to lobby from last, and ultimately proved that top5rocket weren't able to do anything from that. So here we are again. I mean,
yeah, I do like the way top5rocket are playing this. You know, they're doing these kind of they're not really proper pushes, right? But they're walking in very aggressively and actually getting picks, and then it happened to not work out in the end. But their medic got out without using Uber, so they are playing some advantages, and they're taking some risk and doing some aggressive pushes, just inviting 3-6 to actually make some mistakes. And I like that way of playing. Domo's about to jump in here. His team just got a pick, so he's going to go for a counter sack. Doesn't find an opening, and he will back off once again. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, 3-6, they got that sentry gun up pretty much beside where Daegu is holding. I mean, they might just be preemptively dealing with that Korvac roamer bomb. But I mean, at the moment, top5rocket, of course they did lose a player, so they are just back here at second. But Blade has come up on the spy. I mean,
worked out last time.
It did, and we'll have to see if it work out again as Pred picks up Neo. This might be a good opportunity for Blade. I mean, if 3-6 feel like maybe they want to try something.
Yeah, like Neo going down here might actually be a really good opportunity for Blade to actually make a play, because that will urge all the rest of 3-6 to actually go forward, but looks like they're not going to fall for it. And just also it might throw them off a little bit, because as Scout dying like that kind of stupidly usually means that he wants to go spy, but there's already a spy there, so that could throw them off. So that will leave a small window where Blade can go spy and they don't expect it. And oh, here we go. He's going for the sniper. Doesn't quite get him though. Now he's peed on, but he does get the sniper down. And yeah, you can't cloak when you're covered in B, dude. That's not going to work. Medico jumps in, tries to get the force in, but he gets taken down and debuffed by a sentry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same thing. I mean,
oh, actually, Ombrack got forced there. I missed that.
Yeah, I missed that as well. I mean, I was about to say that these teams just keep exchanging like a pick or something like that, but I mean, looks like they were able to get the Uber, but Daegu is in lobby, he's trying to get out, he manages to use the Uber. I mean, 3 down for 3 out of 6 right now. It's not a bit of a waste of an Uber here. As you see Ombrack trying to actually peek in here with Medico. I mean, they might be able to take this. I mean, it's a good opportunity with Deox just spawning only right now. They're going to get some scouts on the point, trying to get that time, trying to get them off the point, and they have so much time on the point, but we see the warped heavy coming in, trying to get something to work, and it doesn't work for 3-6, so they're going to pick up, top5rocket are going to pick up their second round.
Yeah, Ombrack getting forced there was actually the winning play, because that cost 3-6 to actually try and push out, and pushing out is really difficult, and then they dropped 3 players on the shutters, and top5rocket was able to push back in. So pushing on this map, very, very difficult, but here we go. We have another mid-fight. That should be a nice change of pace. There's about 12 minutes left in this game, so you can still see a comeback for sure, but they need to be a little bit faster, 3-6.
Yeah, as you see, both teams running to mid. I mean, 3-6 have opted for this right-hand side rollout. Domo jumping in, getting a nice rocket onto Medico. Might get cleaned up here by Blade, but actually Crayon managed to get the frag. And all of a sudden, I mean, 4 frags for 3 out of 6. That was just an excellent mid-fight there, Beater. Yeah,
the only thing that they don't have going for them is that they didn't get Ombrack, but I think they'll take this. They also don't have a whole lot of cap time. So they're going to have to work on that too, but I don't think top5rocket will actually be able to put off a good fight on second here. Like, second is already completely secured. There's stickies, we have a soldier in the small door, and just going to see a last hold here. So how will the 3-6 try to solve
this? But Domo's
this?
in, and he picks up an attack, and he's got Ombrack so weak, and he actually gets the force from Ombrack.
Wow.
On last, that's such a good play from Domo. That set his team up for this last push, and they're just ready to... They have so much time now, they can just go in whenever they want. That was a really good play from Domo.
Yeah, Ombrack's actually even going to go back and switch to Vaccinator. I was going to say it's actually an advantage to pop it like this, because then you don't have a Vaccinator to deal with, but it looks like there will be a Vaccinator to deal with, so they're building that as fast as they can. But there's only going to be at most 3 bubbles here. And where will they go? They're kind of hanging out in the lobby. I think they need to be a little bit faster here. Heals should be bad at this point. So gotta go. Looks like they're going to go in through the right side, maybe even risk it. They're dawdling here, like they're losing so much time, and it's just more and more bubbles.
Yeah, well, they have actually used the Uber finally. Domo jumping in this this right side. Sentry gun's still alive. Finally gets taken down by Deox. This explosive resistance has come up on the heavy, and Namtak is still alive. Domo trying to get in, trying to do some damage, but that was an air shot, I think, coming out of Korvac there onto Warped, and Medico so weak, but will manage to stay alive as against Korvac trying to get into the lobby, trying to do some damage onto Daegu. He's getting juggled, so weak, probably will manage to get out, but he's trying to get flanked here from Namtak, and he actually picks up that frag as the rest of 3-6 just get destroyed in lobby.
Oh yeah, that was really painful for 3-6. They were stuck with two soldiers and a demo man, and Ombrack had a few bubbles there that just explosive resistance, and he's actually gonna pick up the medigun from the other medic that he dropped. It's gonna be on 0%, but you can pick up mediguns now, so he's gonna take advantage of that and actually have an Uber now.
Yeah, I mean, Crayon dying a little bit late there. He was trying to go for the back cap, but got spotted by Blade. He took the 1v1, but top5rocket looking to come in here through this choke area, trying to get into this midpoint. 3-6 has some positioning on this shack, and looks like Domo wants to go in for a bit of a play here. Tries to get some damage onto Neo, but he's fallen so weak, and I mean, he might be able to live here, but Neo does manage to suss out the kill as Domo gets picked up along with Pred.
Yeah, still a pretty decent result here for 3-6. They should definitely be able to hold on to second point with the man advantages they have, or at least the spawners that they will get in time, and they should have the Uber as well. It looks like Ombrack is building slightly better than Daegu at this point. Warp is actually just not building quite properly on Scout. It's kind of amazing that you can mess that up. But either way, we're kind of stuck in a situation where top5rocket, they don't really need to push here. They can just hold for 10 minutes, and then they win the map for sure. So it's actually on 3-6 to actually do anything.
Yeah, I think this might be the first time we've seen a hole between mid and second beat here. I mean, the rest of this game, of course, was just pretty much at last. Blade looking to peek in here with his scout friend Neo, trying to get on second. I mean, top5rocket managed to get in, get some positioning. They used the Uber here from Daegu. Uber also has been caught from Ombrack, and no frags happening as of yet as Neo tries to get out. Namtak though getting picked up by Domo actually. I mean, and I actually just noticed that Crayon is on Spy, and this could be good. I mean, his team is winning this team fight, and Ombrack in a position maybe where Crayon could pick up this kill.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that the top5rocket actually decided to push on that. They didn't need to do it, but get the report, and there we go. Crayon getting 2 kills, including the medic. Great play by him.
And he had a headshot onto Medico as well. That was a good spy play from Crayon. I mean, we've seen a couple of attempts at spies this game. I mean, starting with Blade with that drop, but Crayon proving that he could do it too. So he might actually end up getting Namtak as well. He's behind him.
Blade is on spy here as well. Namtak going down. Oh man. Can anyone stop this spy menace that is Crayon? I can't believe he doesn't have a kill streak on his weapons. That would make it so much more sweeter because it would just enrage the enemy team. But he's just going to keep on playing spy. He actually needs a small rocket there, but I don't think it was spotted, so he should be okay. But here we go. Full Uber advantage push coming in.
Yeah, so they do use the Uber, trying to get some spam on that sentry gun, will get picked up. I mean, Crayon is in prime position here, but he gets picked up by Blade and Neo. Trying to get some cap time, it's worked, gets taken out. Not successful as Deox taking so much damage as well. They're getting picked up, and just Pred getting picked up last there. Well, about 6 frags happening in the span of about 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was a perfect hold. You know, you sometimes see perfect pushes, but I don't remember the last time I saw a perfect hold when nobody on the defensive team died. And once again, Ombrack steals the medigun, so he doesn't have to go back and switch or anything to get off the vaccinator. He's just going to steal the enemy medigun. So definitely utilizing the rule set here. I actually like this change. But let's see, Korvac jumps in very aggressively, buys a ton of space for his team, and actually just going to lock everyone out from 360 out of the mid, and that will be an easy mid cap coming up for top5rocket. Actually a soldier trying to jump in.
Yeah, I mean 3-6 looks like they want to go actually from this lower area. They're trying to take this fight, but Domo getting picked up. And I mean, the rest of their team taking a lot of damage, Neo picking up Pred on the flank there. So, kind of a questionable decision from 3-6 is they just lost 2 players, and this has kind of invited top5rocket to take the second point.
It kind of seemed to me like that was a time pressure thing.
Yeah.
You know, where they normally wouldn't do it, but they felt they were under a lot of time pressure, so they decided to take the fight. Ombrack now with the Uber slightly before Daegu, which means that top5rocket cannot really be pushed on here, and Korvac likes to go in there and be very aggressive. And he even gets the Uber here, and they're putting time on the point, and here comes the counter Uber. So now it's just a matter of can top5rocket disperse in time and then do the counter push.
Yeah, I mean, but Domo picking up Ombrack in lobby, it's a really good play. Medico called in so weak, should have gotten picked up by Crayon. But, I mean, the spawners do come in for 3-6 as Blade goes down. Korvac and Neo, though, on this right-hand side, trying to do something. Korvac getting launched all the way back to lobby as the rest of top5rocket are so weak at the moment.
Yeah, there's almost no heals coming out, and 3-6, they should definitely know this. So as long as they can make it out of these doors, they will get second for free. Like, that's a guarantee in my mind. And it looks like they have made it outside the doors. And this is going to be a mid-hold here from top5rocket. Pushing mid is also quite difficult. However, pushing through the lower area here is usually your best bet, and that is where 3-6 are going. So they're going to get in pretty far here before getting contested, but Domo is in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he's going to get taken down. Neo getting destroyed by Domo. Like 2 amazing rockets. Holy hell. Both of those hit. None of them shoot up, but they did. So that might turn things around here as 3-6 are now all of a sudden in a really commanding position. Dago's very weak though. He's going to retreat down back to Toxic, but man, that was some ace rockets. I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's one for your frag reel at the end of the season beater, maybe. But yeah,
oh, for sure.
3-6. I mean, Korvac managed to get behind from choke, and kind of was able to cause a distraction as 3-6 had to back up now into this second. I mean, Uber charge is pretty much equal. Ombrack will be up on his Uber just a few moments as they're looking to get in here on a second. I mean, 3-6 are holding on this far right side, so they're just going to be able to get in here as Namtak jumping in, trying to get some spam onto Daegu as the drop comes in. Oh wow, the Namtak Medico and the air shot from Medico as well. That was incredible. I mean, it looks like Diox is caught out too, and the Sodas and Skates are just trying to get in, trying to get something happening. Crayon picking up Namtak.
Crayon trying his best to equalize things, but doesn't hit a single shot on the medic. And look at that, nobody's up. I think this last push is possible, but 3 spawners here, and you can contest pretty much instantly as you spawn out here. It's actually a pretty decent fight, but no, not going to be quite enough here. As some really incredible plays there by Medico, and Namtak drops the medic and just takes it all the way back into
last. That was just incredible coordination. I think it was just a sticky and a rocket managed to pick him up, and then Medico coming out with a huge air shot. I mean, just incredible from top5rocket. I mean, that's the perfect last push that you're talking about.
Yeah. But, what was your prediction again? Remind me.
It was 3-0, but maybe we'll see another round going this time as we come to our 4th mid here, as both Sodas from 3-6 trying to jump in, doing a lot of damage actually to Medico and Neo, but Neo actually will manage to pick up Pred in lobby. Domo might get caught out here as well as he gets surely picked up there, as he does for Blade. Back and down to Crayon, but it's only warped to Crayon alive.
Yeah, looks like Blade's gonna try to fight the scout, but Warp taking down. Nice shots there. And so we have 2 scouts, but 2 scouts are really scary to actually deal with. Looks like the third one's gonna go down, but Warp does get Ombrack, so you know, never count out 2 scouts here.
That's incredible from Warped and Crayon. I mean, should that ever work, Peter? 2 scouts just coming in and picking up your medic? I mean, you could argue that.
Are scary, man.
I mean, you could argue that Ombrack was a little bit out of position just on that on the point by himself. I think the rest of his team was on just above him, but yeah, I mean, that's certainly going to help out the cause of 3-6. I mean, coming up to 3 minutes, could call this dead time, but I mean, 3-6 still want to go with this. getting the pick onto Neo. I think top5rocket are just going to back out, just going to let them get mid, just waste some time as they just retreat to second.
Yeah, Domo's about to go very aggressively onto the demo man and the medic. Looks like he's going to go for the medic instead. Pops him into the air, but gets double piped by Namtak there, so saved. And a lot of contestant here coming onto the point as well, and Diego even gets Blade there. He was trying to spy him. He's not afraid of getting face stabbed, it seems. As now we see a very strong push here coming out for 3-6. You know, I don't think they can actually win it at this point as Pret goes down.
Neo, though, getting 2 huge picks. I mean, he just completely out-DM'd them. I mean, Dago had the Uber, but I think he dropped Pred in lobby, and it's just I think it's just a warped Uber trying to pick up Ombrack, but he's just whiffing the shots as Neo and Blade just completely destroy him. Dago couldn't get out to duo of Medico and Namtak.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because right now, you know, they're not playing for the map win, they're just playing for momentum. You know, if you can win 2 rounds or something before the map ends, then you're feeling a lot better about your chances on Viaduct. So it's kind of unfortunate that they couldn't even get that. Ombrack with a full Uber advantage, they're about to push mid here. Let's see if we can see any shenanigans to try and drop them.
Yeah, they will just make their way to this mid. Probably pick up this, I mean, Crayon hiding in this forward spawn. I mean, this one is for the frag clip speeder at this point. I mean, we're coming up to 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this map. top5rocket might want to maybe take another round, as you were saying. Maybe, you know, 3-0, or 4-0 is better than 3-0.
Yeah, you want to assert dominance, but oh, look at that. He's just going to Uber through cargo. Crayon was actually a sniper in forward spawn, but he's not going to be able to snipe anything because they're all shiny. And that was a very low-risk play. if I've ever seen one. They just Ubered through for no real reason other than just didn't want to drop the medic. Now they're going to get stunted in lobby here. Ombrack is going to go down from a nice pipe from Deox, boxing him out. At top5rocket, they know there's 50 seconds left. They're just going to keep on pushing, and they're actually winning this fight pretty well here. So Korvac even picks up another one with the help from medic. Neo, sorry, and Fred actually comes in and gets 2 kills, so it looks like the last push has been rebuffed.
Perhaps, as I think Korvac was doing quite a lot of damage there at last, but I mean, Medico's jumped in trying to do something, but we are going up to 30 seconds. That surely will be a 3-0 win for top5rocket.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right all along.
I think that's the first time I've been right with my prediction.
Oh, well, we still have 15 seconds. Can we jinx this?
Don't prove me wrong, top5rocket, please.
Sentry goes down right away here. And then Neo is about to get this soldier. There's 5 seconds left. They have 2 scouts on it. Oh, it's so close. They actually get it. You were wrong.
My prediction, please.
Get wrecked.
It was like a second left. I can't believe top5rocket did this.
Yeah.
Just to spite me.
Yeah, indeed. We actually managed to jinx it somehow. Caster's curse. You were close. I'll still give you a lot of credit for those predictions. However, I said 5-0, you said 3-0. That actually means we're equally.
Yeah.
Totally equally.
Equally correct. Yes.
Yeah, even though it was a lot more heavily leaning in your favor. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, I think maybe you should take a look at some logs. I think Gemm might be able to get them up on stream.
Yes. Indeed. We see
I mean,
Medico.
I was about to say that the first thing I see is just Medico and Korvac just putting up huge numbers. Getting quite a lot of frags actually. Neo picking up like almost 30 frags for 13 deaths. I mean, that's such a strong showing from Neo. I mean, that's the type of scout he likes to play. I mean, he plays around the medical a lot and he's able to pick up a lot of frags. Yeah,
we saw the 2 KD so far from him from the season, and this is pretty much exactly that. It's 28 kills and 13 deaths. That's 1 more in favor of kills. So pretty much on form, doing exactly what he did, except with a few more kills to his name. So he's going to be very happy with that. And having some hot scouts going into Viaduct is a very good thing, because scouts on Viaduct are just the huge carries.
And I will point out there, I think Gemm showing on stream 9 air shots from Medico. I mean, I know logs maybe not the most reliable for air shots, but I mean, I think we did see just not even air shots, just incredible rockets from Medico. I mean, at the end there we saw an incredible drop from Medico and Namtak. But speaking of Namtak, not putting up as much damage as his soldiers, but I mean, comparing him to Deox, at least by logs, I mean, seems to be pretty equal. But I mean, Deox dying 14 times, I mean, 6 more than Namtak with the only 8 deaths.
Yeah, and crucially, 2 of them were drops, right? He got dropped by a spy and then dropped by some combined spam. Like I think a sticky was the killing blow on that one. So those are the ones we can actually blame him for, whereas the other ones are probably just his team losing. But overall, it's a very comfortable win for top5rocket, pretty much as we expected. And they never really looked in danger. The most dangerous spot was probably when they were getting pushed into last in the very first round, but they held it off pretty well. Yeah,
I mean, I suppose maybe you could argue that it's maybe down to the map. I mean, 3-6 were playing. Well, they weren't playing bad. I mean, the scoreline tells a different story, but I mean, 3-6 did have opportunities to make rounds, but I mean, they were stuck on their own last for quite a while as well. But I mean, they just weren't able to convert any last pushes into rounds.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to me that the mid fights are actually completely even. They got 2 each. So, that's definitely a positive that you can hold on to as 3-6. And if you want to be positive in any way, that's a good way to do it. Right? You got mids. That means that your team coordination and set plays can work out really well for you. So that's definitely a positive.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the logs right now on stream, I mean, pretty even rounds. I mean, 8 minutes for 3 rounds. That's it was pretty even, honestly, for a little while. But I mean, top5rocket were just able to kind of run away with it. As we do see the stats up right now, as you said, red. I mean, I say top5rocket. Just all the frags happening on last and second.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to me, like leading net frags. It's very even on blue.
Yeah.
And that's the only. I've never seen like only 2+2s. Um, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Of course, 4-0 on Reckoner Scotland going into this next map, but we'll have to see, as we did discuss. Maybe Sniper could work really strong here. Maybe 3-6 will bring out some gimmicks.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be Crayon going sniper. He won sniper a few times, so he would be the shoe in there. But will they run sniper right away? We'll just do cookie cutter and mid. You know, there's a lot of different ways to play this map. We see a lot of double scout to sniper. Then you cut one of your soldiers because soldiers are just complete awful on this map. And sometimes you just see cookie cutter all the way through. Sometimes you see people run heavies. You definitely have a lot of class variety on this map. You even see some pyro when breaking forward holds, and a lot of spy plays, obviously, and sniper all the time. So yeah, do you want to give us some predictions? We're going live pretty soon, I believe.
I mean, I want to give it to my boys 3-6, you know, but
right.
I think I'm feeling 3-1 to top5rocket.
That was pretty much exactly what I was going to say, so I'll just go 3-0, just to be different. But I think we're pretty much in agreement here. So 3-6, they have a bit of a mountain to climb here, but this is where we really find out whether or not the team roster shuffles have paid off, as we are going live.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. If you're just joining us, this is the ETF2L Season 26 Premiership Week 4 match between 3 out of 6 and top5rocket as we go to our first mid on Viaduct Beater.
Yeah, indeed. So far, neither team has really made a move. Both soldiers just holding in. But actually, as I say, that Korvac jumps in very aggressively. Not a very good jump. Just takes a bunch of damage. And Blade even goes in and gets caught out by Pred. And that's going to leave room for 3-6 to go forward. But so far, he's doing nothing. And here we go. Finally, some aggression coming out from them. And top5rocket, they're being pushed back here. And the soldier from behind, Pred, doing work once again. That's going to be it. And can he even get another pick here? No, Neo takes him down. And Ombrack will make it out alive.
Yeah, Pred stayed alive for so long there. I mean, he managed to get in through connector. He picked up a nice little air shot onto, I think it was Medico maybe, or it could have been Korvac, but he managed to just get behind. And so the first gap goes to 3-6, as we do see top5rocket coming up this left side. And the Ubers are equal, so might be looking to get a force out of Daegu. I mean, could send in Korvac for a bit of a suicide. That is what top5rocket like to do from time to time, as Blade actually hasn't picked up, so that will prompt the Uber charge here from Daegu, and the Uber will come in as well from Ombrack to counter that, as Domo behind getting launched so far up in the air.
It still seems like a better fight to me from 3-6. They held their ground and they actually got 2 picks throughout all of that. So any kind of repush here from top5rocket will be very difficult. The heals are definitely worse. They do have a pick advantage right now, so maybe the bodies are just enough. But it's definitely going to be difficult for them here. Demoman takes a lot of damage and they're not putting any time on the point. But it looks like they finally managed to boss their way in. That one-man advantage was enough.
Diox though, just picking up some ridiculous long 5-punted blade. I think he's just standing on the point, just picked up by some spam. That might actually give him a little bit of room here to push up in here on this right-hand side cliff area. As Domo going for a bit of a bomb onto Medico, and he picks up a huge air shot. And actually, Medico will receive an arrow in the air from his medic. That's really good play. As Daegu gets picked up from Namtak as well. And it's not looking very good for 3-6, but as I say, that Pred and Warp actually pick up 2 kills.
Oh, Ombrack's so close, but he gets it just in time. He was about to die, but he just managed to get Uber in the very last moment there. And that will cause his team to surge forward and get a few extra kills, and that will secure the mid for them so far. Looks like they might even be doing a forward hold. The Demoman is definitely playing forward, but both soldiers are not being that aggressive. Medico is kind of far forward, but never see a soldier.
Get caught out though. He gets, he just gets jumped there from the soldier. He had the stickies, but the soldier was able to get out that entrance. So Daegu will be coming up from about 50% here, a little bit more overcharged than Ombrack. They're looking to take some positioning on this point. Medico taking that cliff area as Domo tries to get behind.
Yeah, Domo's jumped behind. That's a lot of distraction. Now he's just going to jump back in there. So he was just purely distracting and causing people to go out of position, and that worked out really well. A beautiful play. Like that's not going to show up in the stats, but that was a really nice move to just buy a bunch of time and cause his team to get a lot better position. And there we go. That's another mid. No Ubers involved. So now they're going to have an Uber to hold mid, even Ubers.
Yeah, I mean they really should be able to do something, maybe force Ombrack to hold this point, but I mean it looks like Namtak wants to take some positioning as Korvac jumps in, gets a lot of damage onto Domo actually, and Daegu will pop just in the nick of time to save his pocket. His blade gets picked up in that Uber charge. Ombrack coming out with the Uber as well. Pred though going behind. I mean, both sodas from 3-6 are actually behind right now as Trayon gets picked up from Medico. Meanwhile at the midpoint, but Domo might be able to get a pick here onto Korvac. As he does.
It's really, it's quite cookie cutter compared to what I expected so far. It's only Crayon on Sniper that we've seen so far, and top5rocket are just playing pretty much cookie cutter. Just trusting their DM. Crayon's in China here, he's got a good look on the medic there, but actually gets a demo man instead, so that's still a very good pick. That's going to mean that everyone could just walk across mid now without having to worry about getting spammed out. So top5rocket will actually just completely walk back here, just respect the demo man pick and give it up for free.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the first maybe big pick Crayon has got so far, but it worked out pretty well. They're able to retake this point. The timing on the point is pretty equal right now. As we do see Korvac maybe looking to make a play on the right side, but we'll actually just back off. They're down to 60 seconds at the moment as the Uber charges are equal. It looks like, I think that's Blade on the point, trying to get some time. Deox falling a little bit weak here. I mean, looks like Medico just wants to come in, almost gets an air shot onto Warp, but actually will get picked up. But the Ubers
Neo's
have been
about to get
exchanged.
killed here. He's dodging for his life. Wow, he's actually gonna make it out alive there.
Yeah, Domo wasn't able to pick that up. Oh, well, he actually comes back around and just says, nope, I'll take that frag. And Pred is actually behind them as well. He actually might be able to get a lot of damage onto Ombrack, but he hasn't actually spotted them as Domo getting picked up there by Blade.
Pred gets Korvac as well. Korvac, he did do quite a lot of damage here, but everyone just eats the same pipe here, and just one pipe can just really swing the battle here. And Blade is actually out of scattergun ammo. Okay, looks like he finally got some again, but that's gonna be another minus tick here from 3-6
Neo.
and Neo.
Yeah, Neo just tried to get in there, but he just took a rocket to the face and gets cleaned up by Warped. As at the moment, top5rocket will be able to pick up this point, but I mean, Ubers are equal. Might just look for Crayon to get something, but Ombrack is positioned pretty well, but he is peeking his head, but Medico is able to pick up that frag. And I mean, Medico is still alive right now. Warp getting picked up as well. This isn't looking very good here for 3-6 as Daegu tries to get out here with Domo.
Yeah, at this point it's just about getting your Medico alive. And look at that, the Ombrack actually, he got forced. So we have a full Uber advantage. There's only 8 seconds that remaining for 3-6. So if they cap this point, they're very likely to win the round. So they have a full Uber advantage. This is a very good situation. top5rocket is actually going to do a forward hold, try and get the Uber out of them as fast as possible. And it does work.
Yeah, I mean, Domo wanted to go out there but got picked up, and they have actually used his Uber charge. Warp going down though. I mean, Ombrack doesn't have his up either. I mean, if Pred maybe could make something happen now, he's trying to get behind but gets picked up by Korvac, and I mean, Domo's only spawning right now, and they don't seem to have positioning here as Daegu gets picked up by Neo. I mean, Domo's trying to jump in, trying to do something. He actually will pick up Korvac, but it's just Deox and Domo in, but Warp has spawned, trying to get in. But this is
They're going to have to keep on fighting here. There's no retreating. Time is running out. Domo's on the point, but he gets picked up by Neo, and that was just
wow.
I think Neo was the main driving force behind the success of that hold there from top5rocket. But yeah, they got the Uber out pretty fast, but they did have to get a pick for it, and then a scout overextended with 3-6, and then it was even, and then top5rocket just had better DM.
Yeah, I mean, 3-6 were so close there. Had 8 seconds on the point, but it was a good call to have that forward hold from top5rocket and Amtech. Certainly helping to secure that round for his team, as we are here at our second round. No one playing any sort of aggressive, no one being very aggressive yet, but I mean, Domo wanted to go in there and do something. But at the moment, 3-6 have taken some positioning on this point. Medico still in this cliff area, might get picked up here by Domo.
Medico actually, but just ignores Medico. That was an easy pick that Domo just gave up there to try and be aggressive. But it looks like Blade going sniper there, didn't really hit anything, and then his team was just down a scout. Or down a soldier, sorry. And we actually see Korvac on scout. That's interesting. I think we saw this last season as well. So this very good soldier going scout. So this is the double scout one sniper loadout that I talked about earlier, and it can definitely work. I'm not so sure it's good on a mid fight though.
Yeah, I mean, Namtak Neo looking to maybe push across this point. I mean, the Uber has come out here for Daegu, trying to get it out of Ombrack. Finally will be used. Crown going down on the flank actually. Domo again trying, as he's normally been doing this map, trying to get behind, managed to get out alive. But oh, actually will get picked up, but I mean, this isn't looking very good here for 3-6 as Medico surely will pick up Warped on the flank, and he actually does, so it's just 3 alive right now. With
we actually see Pred tried to go in there, but he got shut down as well. And Dago going down at the very end here as Crayon goes down. He does manage to get his revenge by throwing some P onto Medico, but I don't think anyone's going to be there to actually capitalize on it. And now we have a proper forward hold. It's not half-assed like it was before, but so far 3-6 have been very successful breaking through on the cliff side.
Yeah, I mean, Namtak, you know, I mean, he's managed to maybe pick up a pick or two, but well, as I said, that he actually does, and he has managed to just buy some more time for his team on this point, and it is working pretty well so far.
Yeah, Korvac even jumped over there to help out. So that's one way you can see that they've adjusted a little bit to it. So now, we see Crayon on Sniper. I'm kind of surprised by that. He's just going out through main. This is normally where we would see a Pyro play. It looks like they're going to try and break through on the right side again. They lose one player, but that's pretty much part of the plan. But here we go. They jump one person through, but so far no one else has really been able to make it through it, and another successful forward hold.
Yeah, Blade doing a really good job there to protect his demo man from the soldier that managed to get out of this left side that Namtak has been sticking the past. I mean, he's managed. I mean, this has been going on for what, like about 40 seconds. I mean, this is a lot of time actually that they're able to get for their team. But I mean, looks like 3 out of 6 finally trying to get out here. Has to use the Uber though to escape this forward hold. So Ombrack will have a really good Uber here. A lot could happen right now. Dago going down, Warp getting picked up as well.
Oh, Neo is just gimme fragged. Yeah, there we go. 3 quick ones.
Wow.
And he might even get a 4th one now. Medico helps him out there. But a very strong hold. Ombrack just popping Uber straight in time. Can Neo dodge the air shots? Yes, he can. So Domo goes down to a roller, I think that was. But very strong hold there. They bought so much time with the forward hold. I think they're just going to do the forward hold once again. But Namtak getting caught out before he could probably set up. Blade does save him though. And the sword is riding on his head.
I can't believe Namtak is. Oh, well, I thought Namtak was going to get out alive there. He stayed alive for so long. I mean, it looks like the soldiers, Korvac and Medico, just cleaning house in this left area. I think Korvac went behind, and it's only warped. The spawner have warped alive.
Yeah, both soldiers are converging there. They actually managed to mess it up a little bit at the end, so now it's going to be a very strong push coming in onto mid here. The superior spawns, like the lemming tactics has worked out, and I think Neo's just going to have to retreat with his medic here. Demo Man is here to help them out, but this positioning is just too bad for top5rocket. They're going to have to give up the point, but they have an Uber advantage to push back with.
Yeah, I mean, they have the time. They might just look to take this in over the point. I mean, maybe Uber down man or something, but at the moment, they're trying to get some positioning on the point right now. Domo going in, taking a lot of damage. Will just get stuffed by Neo and Blade. Just the scouts is destroying as the Uber has been used in here from Ombrack. Deox and Daegu getting picked up as well, and Neo just... Wow, that was just incredible from the scouts of top5rocket.
Yeah, they're absolutely just doing what you expect scouts to do on this map. I actually haven't found it to be that scout dominant so far. They definitely have their moments, but so far the soldiers and the demo man have actually been shining just as much.
Yeah.
Here we go. You see the Domo Pyro, and it actually breaks through the forward hold pretty much flawlessly here. So the only disadvantage now is that you're stuck with a Pyro, and well, now you're not because she's dead. But that's not really a good thing. As the demo man, Namtak is so weak, he's gonna need an arrow to be able to get into this fight. There we go, he gets it. But 3-6, they're doing their damn best to be in here, but now Neo comes in, and Neo is very dangerous. Has been taken down by Crayon though, and there we go, the cap goes in. If top5rocket captures this point at any point, they win the round.
Yeah, that was just last ditch effort there from 3-6. They managed to do that. I mean, Namtak, of course, falling so weak, that was kind of a contributing factor to that successful cap. But I mean, the Uber has been used in here from Ombrack. Daegu finally popping his Uber as well, and Medico going behind as well might actually be able to pick something up at the scouts. He has managed to draw Crayon back, but he will get picked up as Medico and Blade picking up Crayon Deox.
And Daegu goes down there to Blade at the very end. This is very important because this was looking really damn good for 3-6. They had a way better Uber, and now all of a sudden it's not looking so hot. So they're actually putting time on the point. Namtek's still playing forward. The more time they put on the point, the more stressed out 3-6 will be, because if this gets capped at any point, they're losing. And there we go.
Yeah.
So a pretty damn close round in my opinion, and barely managed to eke it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so close. I mean, 3-6, they certainly have it in them to take a round here. I mean, but we are 2-0 at the moment, and I mean, if top5rocket are able to take another round, this will be game over. But we are here at our third round. Namtak and Dia starting out this cliff area. But we see Medico and Korvac going so deep. They're both behind at this cliff area. I mean, Domo is trying to get behind right now from Connector. He could make something happen, but he has been spotted out with the scout of Neo, and he actually will destroy Domo. And oh my goodness, it's just complete destruction here from the side of
Skybox dodges the air shots, but that's the only positive thing there. As that soldier aggression was just vintage top 5 rocket. It's just kind of their thing, with just jumping both soldiers so aggressively, and just having a sniper just basically be completely useless for 3-6 in that entire situation.
Yeah,
Korvac's actually behind right now. He's on the left side behind them. He's gonna cause so much damage if he does this right.
Yeah, I mean, Daegu as well, he has that vaccinator. I mean, you might not expect this, and he has actually done quite a lot of damage to Daegu, and they're just gonna take the supercharge in. Daegu will get picked up by Neo. Korvac's still actually in behind. He's getting some good damage onto these soldiers. Somehow he's stayed alive, but Crayon has actually picked up Blade and Ombrack. Warped as well, picking up Korvac. That's really good here for 3-6.
Yeah, Neo trying to get another scout pick here, but is not going to get it. Ombrack going down is a very important partner. That's going to mean superior heals and superior spawns coming out of 3-6. So a relatively easy mid cap is what I would expect to see coming out here, and looks like that's going to be the case. And top 5 rocket did a good job of not losing anyone in that whole push. That's going to mean that they're going to actually be able to contest this pretty fast, and if they just push before Ubers come in, it's just an even fight.
Yeah, but I mean, 3-6 hoping that won't be the case, but of course Korvac trying to get in here, trying to do some damage. He will get launched all the way in the air, but he's just drawn back Domo and Crayon here. I mean, Medico following up as well, probably will pick up Domo, and that's some good play from the soldiers at top 5 rocket, as Crayon kind of caught in at the moment, will get picked up by Neo.
Yeah, they get the mid here, they win the DM fight, and now the Uber advantage is completely useless coming out from Daegu. So a great play here by top 5 rocket, pushing in the mid-Uber transition period where neither team has it. And, you know, if they were just a little bit slower, they would have been punished very severely from the earlier Uber from Daegu. But they played that really well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good call. As you were saying, they should have just taken that fight with before the Ubers came into the equation, and that's exactly what they did. But did you see Korvac actually coming up here on the Natasha heavy? I mean, this is the type of gimmicks we were talking about. I'm not sure Blade going down there somewhere, but I mean, what do you think of this heavy right now, Beater? Is it the right play to make?
Heavy is just good on defense here. You know, as long as he's in position, he's going to be a useful asset here. You have an Uber to defend him with as well. And the slowing bullets can be fine as long as he has a lot of team around him, but he actually gets taken down. So it looks like the heavy head did not really pay off in that situation. But, you know, I'm not going to peg it all on the heavy for losing that team fight. But, you know, definitely not. Like, Natasha is really good. Like, after an Uber has worn off and both teams have all their players alive, that's when Natasha really shines, because it just makes the DM of the enemy team so much worse because they can't move. But they never really got into that situation here. Both scouts just combine on Warped here.
Yeah, I mean, Warped just had the drop onto, I think that was Blade, but he just 180 meat shot him and just took him out. So Korvac jumping in, creating a lot of space for his team. He might actually be able to pick up Domo here. He's very weak, and top 5 rocket just are able to just bully him out here with this aggression. I mean, just doing so much damage on this cliff area.
Yeah, you see, still the even Uber, so both teams should just keep on pushing here and try to get the best Uber that they possibly can. There's definitely no suicide rounds really in effect here. They're just both pushing. It's just going to be a straight up man fight with a little Uber mixed in here. And oh no, Crayon goes down. That's a really big deal. That's going to make Ubers a lot better coming out for top 5 rocket. And they even lose their demo man as well. So I think at this point Daegu should just get out, and he's not going to be able to. So top 5 rocket just once again winning these team fights where Ubers are even.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like, just 3-6 just lost 2 players like immediately, and now Domo was behind, he's died late, so this isn't very good here for 3-6, as they're just trying to pile on the point, trying to get some time, but it surely won't work. It's just Crayon trying to do something. Daegu is the only one alive at the moment.
That's gonna be it. 3-0. So that was my prediction. Unfortunately, I was correct.
Damn you, Beater.
Yeah, they put on 3-6 put up a lot better fight on this map, though. I would say.
Yeah, I mean the scorelines tell a different story. I mean, even on both maps on Reckoner as well, 3-6 definitely had a lot of opportunities, but top 5 rocket were just able to come out on top.
Yeah, just the DM and the team coordination just really pulling through for them here. Oh, Let's look at some logs, and we actually have the number of the beast in the logs already, as far as I can tell, if you look at damage.
Let me bring these logs up, and you are quite right, yeah. As you see, Namtak going up big, 450 DPM, followed by Medico and Neo. I mean, expected really. Their team fights were just so good, and I suppose Korvac and Medico played quite well. I mean, even as we were saying, you know, you're expecting the scouts to come up big. I mean, of course, Neo did, but I liked top5rocket's use of their soldiers that game. I mean, Korvac just seemed to always just somehow get behind and pick up a kill or something, or create a distraction to draw players back, and it just created so much space for top5rocket.
Yeah, just the fact that both of their soldiers had positive KDs, just like that's very impressive to me, because soldier on Viaduct, it can be such a hell. And just to have a really dominant game from Medico and a very good game from Korvac, like that's impressive to me. And the damage is just out of this world, right? Like 430 DPM from Medico, and Korvac almost with 300. So very, very strong. And Crayon on Sniper didn't really have the impact that you'd hope. And Pred has the normal Viaduct roamer game, which is 6 and 16. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking maybe these teams could bring out the sniper, the spy, but really we only saw the sniper from both teams. Heavy coming out from Korvac there at some point. But yeah, I mean, it seemed to work. The cookie cutter lineup just managed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, we saw very few deviations, and whenever they deviated, it didn't really work out too well. We saw no drops at all, so both medics having a pretty good game as far as not dropping the ball. But still, the top 5 rocket Ubers were definitely better overall. And I only say this because Ombrack has just joined the channel. We'll do that in a little bit. Let's look at some relative frags by zone. Basically, no one in the spawn area, not too surprising. And then on mid, we saw Namtek with a massive plus 13 net frags.
Wow, that's a strong showing, actually. I mean, Namtak, yeah, I mean, like we were saying about the scouts, but I mean, Namtak just came up big this game, so much damage. Really just, it's gonna really just, I mean, Neo can just follow up on that damage so easily, so, yeah.
Yeah, alright, we have Ombrack joining us, so congratulations, Ombrack. Seemed like a very secure win for you guys. Did it feel as good as it looked?
Hi. Reckoner was a little tighter than it looks. I think like 4-0 is a good score for us because we were on our last quite a few times. And on their last, we beefed so many pushes, it's so hard to push that Reckoner last when they have heavy sentry vaccinator. So in the end, we just focused point and it worked. But yeah, we expected to win this game, but maybe a bit easily than what happened tonight. So GG's to them, being like off classes and stuff. I think they had a decent game.
Yeah, they definitely put up a fight. It seemed like it got better and better. On Viaduct, you kind of failed with your forward holds early on, so but you kept on doing it. How did you adjust your forward hold to actually make it work?
Well, the first one failed only because we were only 4, and you can't really properly push hold forward when you don't have the full team. So it was just like sheer math. Just when you're 6, you can hold. When you're 4, you should go back. So it wasn't like, okay, we did a mistake, we won't do it again. Now we're 6, we can hold.
Yeah, that seems to be a valuable lesson right there. Very much so. Seems like you guys are doing very, very well this season. Did you expect to have this kind of record going into this season, or are you kind of surprised at how smooth everything has been?
It's cool. I think at the end of last season, everyone thought maybe we were a bad team because we were like 6 or 7 in the table. But when you look at our games last season, all of them were close, except the game versus Lego. So it's not like we were rolled all season long. We had good games and we lost in the end. So it was just a matter of like tiny adjustments here and there, and we knew we could put up a fair fight this season, like the top 4 has always been the goal last season and this season, so we're not surprised. We're just glad everything is working fine.
It seems like you guys are a pretty aggressive team overall. Like there was definitely a situation on Reckoner where you were up like 2-0 with like I don't know 8 minutes left or something, and you just decide to push anyway. Whereas a more defensive team would probably have just held for 10 minutes and forced Frysk to actually push into you. Is that a general thing with you guys? I've enjoyed all your games because they seem to be very aggressive. Is that on purpose or is it just naturally the way you play?
It's I guess the way we play. It's funny because there's many people saying we are an aggressive team, and when we play, I don't feel like it, because we just push on advantages, and that doesn't make you like aggressive. I think that just makes you smart because you push on the edges you have. So if pushing when you have Uber ad or like therefore you're 6, if this is aggressive, then yes, we are. But I think it's just like basic TF2. If you have the advantage, just use it.
I noticed you ran Neo on Sniper for a little bit, but it didn't seem to work out that well. Is Neo Sniper something you run a lot, or do you prefer to have Neo on Scout?
We prefer to have like proper regular lineup, like 2 scouts and stuff. But sometimes you have to have all classes to try to force your way through. Neo can snipe, Blade can snipe. Like it's up to them who wanna take the rifle when they want. So it's not really a matter of what do we prefer in general. It's more like, okay, they're on last, they're holding. We have to try something different to make it work. So like if they want Peg Sniper, I'll let them, because I know they can get some shots. Sometimes they won't, but that's okay. It just proves we're not hacking.
Alright, next week you guys are playing the big boy in Prem. I think you have like 1 less point than them so far, but that's 7, and you'll be playing them on Product and Gollywash. Are you looking forward to that match? Do you think you have a chance?
Of course. I always play game hoping we can make it. They're obviously like the better team above everyone else, and I think it's not really cool we're playing it on Product, because I remember KD saying Product was always the best map for Crowns or 7 or whatever they're called. So like at first I thought, okay, it's cool we play them on Product because maybe you can surprise them, but apparently it's one of their best maps, and everyone knows that they are so good on Gully because they can hold chokes so well. But why not? Like I remember during the Nations Cup when we had France versus England, no one gave us a chance. England was composed with 7 players a lot, and we beat them on Gillywash. So maybe you can try and do it again.
Yeah, and also, you know, they say they're very good on Viaduct, but that's mostly in PCW. Like they lost a lot of Viaduct games the last time I checked in officials against both Lego and was it even 3-6 or like some trash tier Prem team they actually lost to on Viaduct. So
yeah, maybe we're a trash team and we beat them, but like the cool thing about Product is you can try so many things. Like there's so many medicons, there's so many unlocks. Nobody can be prepared to everything. So maybe if we can come out with, I don't know, amazing strat with like NG heavy sniper and 3 demos, maybe we can make something. But I don't know. They're so good at DMing, at team fights, at calling people and focusing people. Beating them on Product would be really, really good, because that would show how much we have improved in the past few weeks. But I'm not making like, okay, we're gonna beat them because they lost to this team and this team. I mean, they lost to like I think PC Master Race running full vaccinator.
yeah.
So yeah, that just shows the element of surprise can give us an edge, and we have to work on that.
Yeah, there's also another factor, which is dealing with the sniper. And we saw you guys today dealing with Crayon really, really well. So what's the key to dealing with a good sniper? You know, because they have the last, right, who's known as being a very strong sniper.
I think you have to be aggressive because okay, I'm giving up on my tactics, I think, but when you play sniper, you just can't sit back and wait because when the sniper is as good as Talash, he will get the shots no matter what, and you just get owned. So I think you have to be aggressive, but in a smart way, because if you just keep on throwing bodies one after one, you just get owned again. And it's like finding a proper balance between sitting back and being aggressive. I think it's something we do well these days. In the past, when we played versus sniper, we were like really bad. We didn't know how to deal with them, and and dropping the Uber and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the key is to be aggressive and trying not to give him too much space.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any more questions, Frysk?
I know just on product today. I know you said that you're not the most aggressive team. You just play off of advantages. But I noticed that Korvac just seems to, at least today, he just seemed to be able to get behind, distract, and maybe pick up like a frag or two on the flank like all the time. You just seem to create a lot of space for your team. I mean, is that something that you'd be continuing to try to do against Seven, or?
Yeah, but like you don't play the same way you play 3 or 6 and the way you play 7. They gave us space and we could do versus them things that we wouldn't be able to do versus 7. So yeah, again it's a matter of being aggressive when it's the right time to be. Versus 3 or 6, it was a good time because we know we are a better team, we have better GM, and we can afford to do stuff like that. Versus 7 will be the underdogs. We'll have less good players. Sorry, on paper. They have like GM, like Drac is so good at holding flanks. I don't think you can go behind him and just frag him just out of nowhere like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try, but I think there's so many opportunities, so many things. Sorry, to work on. Not only being aggressive on the flank, but like you have to take down Ali because he's like so good for his team. But he gets many heals, so maybe you can do something about that. The captain is like godlike. Thalash and sniper, like all of the players are amazing. So it's not only about like gain on the flank.
Well, yeah, I think probably wrap it up there. Thanks for coming here, give some impromptu interviews. I wish you best of luck next week against 7. But right now, I think Ombrack, if you want to give any shout-outs.
Shout outs to my team, of course. Shout outs to you guys for casting. Shout outs to all the team we play, we practice, who give us TV and tips. Yeah, it's really a team effort, and like even people not on the team help. And yeah, shout out to the viewers for watching the game.
All right, and Peter, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out to Ombrack for coming in and giving a nice interview. It was really good. And then shout out to my co-caster Nix and Nisk. And I think there's a game tomorrow between Arctic Foxes and 7. So we'll see how 7 is looking and whether or not Arctic Foxes can pull off an upset on product. It should be good. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.